Good afternoon, humans. Welcome to Plan with Fox, the planner channel that has some news today. Alright, first of all, let's take a nice look at last week. Oh, it looks so pretty, even though I fucked up the lettering on this hike here. We just got back yesterday from our vacation, just a quick vacation. We left Thursday, came back Sunday. There's 3 nights in Shenandoah National Park. It was beautiful. I will probably talk a little bit more about it as I'm going along, but it was just wonderful. We had a really great time. Layla Grace came with us. She did this hike with Layla Grace, the Land Run Falls. And yeah, we did a lot of hiking. Not as much hiking as I had planned, but it was still a really nice time. But what the news is, we are planning Monday, June 22nd, which is today, through Sunday, June 28th. And this is the last week that you will see me planning in my Erin Condren Vertical Life Planner. Yeah, if you are not active in the planner communities, you may not know what's going on, but I have chosen to, as soon as my new planner arrives that I ordered, that should be here in the next couple days, I have chosen to not use Erin Condren products anymore going forward. So shall we dive in and plan, and then I will explain what's going on, or do you want me? What's the best way to do this? Let's see. All right, let's start planning, and then I'll tell you what's going on. I am using a kit that just arrived in the mail today. This is from Chic Blossom Prints, and it is. I want to know what printer she uses to print these, because look at the quality of these. They look like photographs. They're matte. I got the matte ones because those are easier to write on. But they look like actual photographs, and I am obsessed. It's lemons, it's summery, it's perfect. It's got, wait a minute. You know what it's got? It's got 1, 2 sets of date covers. 2 sets of date covers. Like, it's like she knows me. So anyway, yeah, I'm super in love with this kit, and we are going to dive into the planning. And also, I don't want to be like it's the tea, because is it really tea? Like, everybody knows. I think everybody knows. Okay, so here's, if you don't know, here's what it is. Erin Condren, who I guess is the founder of Erin Condren, not the CEO anymore, or if she ever was, I don't know. Anyway, basically this. Her kids, she's got 2 teenagers, she's got twins, and then she adopted a set of twins like a year ago, all the same age in the same graduating class. They were supposed to graduate last weekend, like many people were, and due to COVID-19, they were going to have, a non-traditional graduation ceremony, which, like, hello, welcome to COVID-19. Everybody's having the same situation. Like, you're not special because you're having this trouble. Like, I don't mean to be harsh, but everybody's going through this, right? It sucks. It sucks a lot. It would really suck to be a teenager and not be able to have your graduation, right? So I know this is like yellow and butterflies, but I am going to use, because this was like a little bit skinnier, I wanted to use this other washi tape that would have gone up here. I used it at the bottom there to make that thicker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this little bumblebee. Yeah, there's no other stuff I can use on here. Okay, this is from EBGB Designs. Little bumblebee. I'm gonna use that as my washi tape on top. Anyway, back to Erin Condren. So it sucks. I can't imagine how shitty it must be to be a senior, especially like seniors who are active in like sports or Winter Guard or the musical, like those things that like you look forward to your whole year, like it's gonna be so awesome, and it got canceled. It really does suck. But you know what? It's a fucking global pandemic, and it sucks for everybody. And it's not, I don't know, it's not good for anybody. However, what they decided to do, I guess they were gonna do some kind of like drive-in ceremony. So like they were all gonna drive up and get their diploma and chat with the principal, etc. And they did that, but that wasn't enough for them. They decided that they wanted to do a big giant gathering of all 600 fucking people in their graduating class, right? So, not okay. What's even less okay is that they did not social distance and they did not wear masks, at least in none of the pictures that were published everywhere. What sucks even more is that they co-opted the Black Lives Matter movement for this event. I guess Erin Condren's daughter went to a Black Lives Matter protest and was like, oh look, we were able to gather in a large group to protest, so why don't we do our graduation as a march? But it wasn't a Black Lives Matter march or protest. It was just a bunch of rich white kids using that as an excuse to get together and break the COVID-19 policies that were in place. And it was really super, super tone deaf and super, super disrespectful. And I don't know. I have been a fan of this company for ages. Like, it's good quality product. Every time I've had an issue with something, the customer service has been like easy to get a hold of, and they are kind and they work with you. And I was so disappointed to see Erin's true colors come out. And this came in like the weeks after, like a week or two, maybe 2 weeks most, after she had been kind of called out for not making a statement fast enough about Black Lives Matter. You know, it was several days before she said anything. And I don't know. I feel like, wow. This was really, really not okay. And I don't know. So I've been like reading a lot, watching videos, and I'm actually going to share a video. So I'm going to link in the comments a video by Ndi Naija. She does it's about an hour long. It was live that she did last week about white privilege in the planner community and specifically this incident. And I thought it was a really good video. Cindy shared it on her live yesterday. That's how I found Naija's channel. And I recommend, if you are involved in the planner community at all, I recommend watching the video. And yeah, so in the end, my decision was I do not feel that I can in good conscience support the Erin Condren company. I don't know what would have to happen for me to be like, oh, you learned and you did better. I think there was no reason for her to not get it at this point. You know what I mean? Like, we're having this conversation nationally every day and very seriously right now. And it was just, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, that's where that is. So anyway, what I've decided to do is I bought another planner. It's a 2020 planner. It's by a company called the Gooseby Twins, and I will link them below as well. It's actually sold out now. I'm glad I got it whenever I did. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to do an uncoiling and recoiling, because I want to keep all the pages that I have done. Not that week, because I didn't do shit on that week. I want to keep all the pages that I have done. Obviously, I don't want to lose what I have put into this planner already, but I just don't want to use Erin Condren products going forward. So I'm going to try to, I think the binding should match. Like I said, it should be here in a few days. As far as I could see online, the binding should match. And I'm going to try to uncoil and recoil, which may be a decision that I come to regret because I could totally mess it up. But I didn't want to have two planners and one half, you know, I didn't want to like just take the rest of the pages off this one and then have the binding be too big. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's where I am. So there's been a lot of really good conversations happening right now in the planner community, and I'm really like, it does give me some hope that people are finally like reaching a breaking point and being like, no, we won't stand for this. I don't want anybody to have to get to there as a breaking point, but when someone crosses that line, like I feel that Erin Condren did, I'm glad that people and influencers and her affiliates are saying like, whoa, that's not okay. You know what I mean? Like holding people accountable for that kind of stuff. And it's not saying that there will not be mistakes made and people will not, but there was no reason. There was no way she didn't know this was not okay. And this was a line cross that was so blatant. So to that end, while we were away this weekend, I had ordered a summer seasonal surprise box, and it arrived while we were away. So we got it yesterday when I got back, and I have not opened it, and I actually emailed the company today to be like, can I please return this? I'm not going to use it. So we'll see what happens. I know they have been issuing some refunds, so if you have recently bought something and you haven't used it yet and you want to refund it, reach out to them. I will let you know obviously what happens with my request. One of the things that I always did love about the Erin Condren Company is that they were so accessible and so easy to get a hold of, and their live chat has been down. It's been offline. So I had to send an email, which writing an email stresses me out, but I did it, and so I'm just waiting to hear back about canceling my order, and yeah, I will let you know what happens, but it just seems like I don't see, I mean, you can make all the statements in the world and you can do all the apologies on Instagram and whatever, but you need to do actions that back it up too, and for her to say, 2 weeks ago, of course Black Lives Matter, and I want to jump on the Black Lives Matter Planner Week bandwagon and all that, and then to do something like this, it's you didn't mean that then. You didn't really mean that. You were just saying that because that was fashionable to say that, and it was empty words, and I'm really disappointed, but also really glad to know that that's her true colors, I hope that she takes things seriously now and learns from this, but yeah, I'm not gonna be there with my dollars. So anyway, that's the serious stuff that's been going on. There's also been some Happy Planner stuff, and Stephanie Fleming, who was the head of Happy Planner, she actually stepped down and retired. I don't know exactly that whole story because I'm not really a Happy Planner person, but that's been going on too. So it's been a wild week in the planner world. Okay, let's actually do some planning instead of me just telling you bad shit that's happening. Here's what I have. This is my list that I made today that I was trying to work through. This is my list for the week, which is kind of wide open. I really don't have very much that I can think of that I'm doing this week besides the daily normal things. I'm not making any sense. All right, so I'm gonna put in, so here's what I was thinking, okay. I put this week here because I wanna put in, I have some catching up to do with my bullet journal. I'm gonna talk about our vacation in just a little bit here. But I have some catching up to do with my bullet journal, my wellness planner, my Allie Edwards project, that kind of stuff. So I thought if I put everything that I have here along the side, then I can check it off, as that's during the week. Hopefully I will have all of my bullet journal caught up. I only have 3 more entries to catch up on, and hopefully I'll have that done by tomorrow. But I'm gonna just put down some stickers for you this year. I do feel that I'm being a little bit all over the place right now, and I apologize for that if it's hard to follow where I'm going and what I'm doing right now. So I have so many stickers. There's so much room for activities. Oh, it's wonderful. And I'm tempted, should I, it's, already Monday afternoon, should I cross off the things, should I write in and cross off the things that I've already done? I don't know. I do like to do that on a to-do list. That makes you feel good on a to-do list. It's beautiful outside. Literally out of nowhere, about half an hour ago, it started pouring down rain. And now it's beautiful outside. Yes, you're so cute, and you're judging. Layla's judging. She's like, Mama, what are you doing? Okay. This was a little freebie that came with it, but this matches the whole theme, so I was like, maybe I'll use it. I don't know. Okay, why can't I put my thoughts in order here? I'm gonna put, okay, here's what I am gonna do. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna use it today. And I'm gonna use a little thingy, checky list. No! Pretend you didn't see that. Oh my god, I just made it worse. Okay, and I'm gonna write in a few of the things that were on my list for today. So I already did most of these things. Cancel Erin Condren. I did the laundry. I did not unpack my suitcase yet. I did edit the vlog. I am filming the Plant With Me, and then I'll edit the Plant With Me after I'm done with that. Okay, and then tonight, let's see what I have for meals, and I got Chef for Work. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I just love this kit, and I love the bright colors in it so much. Yes. We're having tacos for dinner tonight. Okay, so that's another thing that I have to talk about. I have to start doing better about taking care of my body and eating better, because I don't know. I'm super unhappy with how I look. And I noticed in a couple pictures that we took this weekend, I'm like, oh my God, I need to do something. I've never been this big before, and I need to get my eating under control. So that's on the goal list for the week. Really be more diligent about tracking my macros. And I'm like starving right now because I've been like trying to be good all day, knowing that we're gonna have tacos tonight. Oh, the struggle. Okay, and then we're gonna go for a walk. So here's the funny thing about our trip, right? So we planned this trip for a national park thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna hike, I'm gonna get so far ahead on the Rat, which is the Great Virtual Race Across Tennessee, the GV Rat, or the Rat for short. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so much farther ahead on my mileage. You have to average about 5 miles a day. I've talked about this before, I'm sure. So I've been doing like okay with it, and my body's just been feeling a little bit beat up. So I was like kind of I took a rest day last week and only did like 1.5 miles the one day. And I thought, oh, this will be perfect. We're gonna be on vacation and we'll be just like hiking all day. Well, what we didn't realize was when we booked our Airbnb, we wanted to get a dog-friendly one. We wanted to get something close to the park, something definitely that had a grill and a kitchen, like a nice kit-sized kitchen, because I didn't feel comfortable. We went out to eat one night, we did, but I didn't really feel comfortable doing that more than one night because, I don't know. I did all my grocery shopping before we left because I felt the same thing. I didn't know what to expect, and I felt very anxious about if people were going to be, like here, I know my routines, I know where I'm going, I know which places I trust, and I feel very safe going to Giant Eagle, going to Trader Joe's, going to the Cage, like those things. So I didn't know what to expect there, so I wanted to make sure we could cook in the cabin. Anyway, so our cabin was beautiful. It was like secluded. It had Wi-Fi, so we could still like look things up, because I always want to have a cabin with Wi-Fi because you have to look up like where you're going and where places connect and everything. So I thought everything was gonna be great, but it said property borders the park property or something like that, which like as the crow flies, yes it does. But to actually get to any of the hiking, it was at least a 45-minute, if not like a 70-minute drive to get to the hiking areas. So anytime we wanted to go for a hike, it was like add 90 to 120 minutes onto the hike itself. So basically, I think the second day we did a 6-mile hike, but there were 3 days that we were out there. So day 1 and day 3, we only did like 3 miles of hiking, which is like ridiculous, but it is what it is. We still had a great time. It was a wonderful time, but now that I understand the layout of the park better, and that there's only like a couple entrances in and out, and yeah, now I have a better understanding. And it's kind of hard with Airbnb because you don't really know until you actually book it what the actual address is. So you can be like, oh, it's this town, and think that that town is close by, which it was, but it didn't really matter. So, okay, that's enough rambling. Let me put my other stuff on here. Tomorrow I have to go to Lowe's, and I have to get the rest of the mulch for the yard, so I want to get that done before I go back to work on Wednesday. Wow, that's terrible. It says chicken and veggie pasta. I am going to try to run a little bit tomorrow, even if I only do like 3 miles and then we go for a walk in the evening. I didn't run very much at all last week because we were on vacation. We really did have a lovely, lovely time, but now it's like, wow, if I knew on Thursday what I know now about Shenandoah National Park, it would maybe have been a different situation. So you have to go to Lowe's, I need probably about 10 more bags of mulch. That should finish the garden. And I need to do my meal prep for work because I am trying to not eat the world. And it's hard because I love food. I really love food. Alas. All right, Wednesday I go back to start my work rotation. For dinner that night, we are having some Trader Joe's pizza. And I'm gonna make some Brussels sprouts in the air fryer because I'm trying still to have one vegetable at least every day, which I know is a low bar to set, but you know what? It's working, so got that going for me. And I hopefully will be meeting my run fam on Wednesday night because that's what we did this past Wednesday and it was wonderful. All right, Thursday, again, I work. I have like these extra stickers. I don't have, like I said, I don't really have much going, like literally, look at this. It's like working and then what our fitness and our dinner is. Like, I just don't even know. I'm having a challenge with my thoughts again of like putting things in order and when to start things and how long things take and what time to do things and that kind of stuff, which I hate. That's when I hate my brain the most, is when it does that stuff, like that I can't put things together. So I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting on here. Friday, I would like to talk about the blog a little bit with husband. So I'm gonna put a sticker in for that. Pens are not working super well on this paper and I don't know why. All right, then I think for dinner this night we're gonna make, it's like a cheesy chicken enchilada bake. There, I fit that on there pretty well. And then, of course, it would not be an evening without a walk. So Shenandoah National Park is beautiful, but it's also very, very, very humid and lots of bugs. And husband got bit by a tick. Layla had a tick on her. Thankfully, I put a t-shirt on her. And she didn't actually get bit by the tick, but I keep checking her like obsessively anyway. And she's like, Mom, what the hell? But yeah, husband got bit by a tick. Thankfully, he caught it right away, but it was a little bit scary. And then I put on for Saturday night, I gotta order this from Whole Foods still, but I got some mangoes on like super cheap sale at Giant Eagle last week. So I make this mango salmon and it's really good. So I'm gonna have that for dinner on, whoa, the pen cap just flew off. Have that for dinner on Saturday. And then Sunday will be long run. I just don't know, with quarantine still in kind of effect, I don't know. We were gonna go to the cage, you know, we've been going to the cage on Monday nights again, and I just don't feel really wonderful about it because having been in a place where people, like, we were wearing masks the whole time, but like, and in the park it really wasn't a big deal, but when we went to, I'm trying to pick what sticker, I have a birthday party to go to on Sunday. I'll just use, so when we went to the grocery store, we went to the gas station, like we tried to not go too many places, nobody was wearing masks inside, and then there were Trump signs, and I was just like, okay. I'm used to national parks being like little pockets of hippies, you know? And I mean, the national park itself was fine. It was just the area around it. When in the area where we were staying, I was like, okay. So anyway, Sunday, Layla's friend Layla has a birthday. I don't know if my Layla can come. Layla is a dog, by the way. There are both black dogs named Layla. And they were in line, they met each other because they were in line together to get their photos taken for Valentine's Day. And the other Layla's mom, Shannon, kept saying, Layla, sit. And my Layla would sit every time. So it was very funny. So anyway, they love each other. And they are like dog friends. They've gone on walks together. So it's possible that my Layla will come to the party. It's possible that it'll be just humans only. It's all going to depend on how birthday Layla is feeling. But in any case, I'm super excited to go to a dog birthday party. I know some of the other people who will be there. I also have met Shannon and I have taken the girls on they do like this, they call it like dog mom pack walks. And so we've taken the girls on that before together, and they're usually they get along pretty well. Layla gets along, my Layla gets along with everybody, like to an annoying point. Like people probably get annoyed with her for being so friendly, but the two of them have had good experiences together. Okay, I'm just gonna write in real fast over here the things that need to go on this. All right, I just filled in the bullet journal entries that I had to do. Some of these are done already. I can cross off. I'm up through the 18th. So I have 3 more to do on that. My wellness log, I am really behind. I was doing so well on that, and then I don't know what the hell happened, and I got super behind on it. But I'll get back on it. I'll get back on it. It'll happen. It's just does anybody else feel like this year is moving at like a very strange time? Like some aspects of the year are dragging. Like quarantine is never going to end. And actually today we had a super high increase in number of cases in Pennsylvania, or not in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was fine, but Allegheny County, we had 45 cases, which is the most we've had since I think like the first week of May. So it's not good. Not good at all. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to, what else can we do? Like, we're doing everything we can to be safe. And like I said, we got back from this trip, and I just am like keeping distance from my parents for a while, and like, I don't mind going to places where you wear a mask the whole time, but I was like, I probably shouldn't go to a restaurant where you take your mask off just to be safe, because people weren't wearing masks everywhere that we encountered them. We wore our masks, but not everybody in the stores were. So I'm probably being paranoid, but if I can take a precaution, I'll take a precaution. So anyway, here we are for the week, and like I said, final week in the Erin Condren, and an era has ended. I've been using an Erin Condren planner since 2015, end of 2015, I guess, start of 2016, and I just can't do it anymore. So I will link the shops that I use below. I love this, and if you are looking to support Black-owned Etsy shops, this shop that I got this from, the Chic Blossom Prints, is a Black-owned Etsy shop, and like I said, I want to know what printer she used, because these look like actual photographs. Like this is way better quality printed matte stickers than my Sprocket, which is like actually photo paper. I love it. I just love the color. I think it's super summery and nice, especially for a week where I don't have a lot going on, and I could just really go wild with the color on it. So I'm super happy with that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please click the subscribe link and like the video if you enjoyed it. I publish videos twice a week at least. I will have 3 videos at least coming out this week, because I have an extra vlog stacked up and ready to go. And take care, everybody.